Hello. Gonna do some 5 cards today. We'll see. That's what the random pick from the box decided. So, let's start, shall we? What country has Soviet troops in the city of Kandahar? So you can tell the age of this card by that. So that would be Afghanistan. What was the first name of the detective who made his fourth impact in 1984's Sudden Impact? So it's Dirty Harry. So that's Harry Carrot. So first name will be Harry. Last name Callahan. Who said of Gladstone? He talks to me as if I were a public meeting. Victoria. Where did John Creasy's character George Gideon work? I'm going to say MI5 for lack of any better thing to say. Who was appointed as Liverpool's player manager in 1985? Was it Dalglish? Or was it the other famous player? I don't know. I'm going to say Kenny Dalglish. Actually, I missed a question there, didn't I? So, what sort of gravity does a hydrometer measure? Original gravity. Yeah. Indeed, I did. Original gravity. So it's actually how you work out how strong beer is, mostly. Well, indeed, how alcoholic something is. So, Command S. Extra line. Let's make that appear again. So let's see what the answers are to that. Soviet troops were indeed in Afghanistan in the time this card was written. It is indeed Harry Callahan who was in Sudden Impact. It seems it was Queen Victoria who thought that Gladstone talked to her like the public. The person in the book worked at Scotland Yard, and yes, it is specific gravity that hydrometer measures because it's original gravity you want to go against, and indeed it was Kenny Dalglish who was the player coach of Liverpool. So that was 4 out of those 6. Ooh, it's not bad. And I should have got specific gravity as well, to be honest. Okay, so next card. There. Bit sticky though. What country was Hibernia to an ancient Roman? So it's either Scotland or Ireland. I mostly know this from the Asterix books. I think it was Scotland. What 1982 film cast Dustin Hoffman in drag? Isn't that Tootsie? I think. I actually watched it. So. Who was the Virgin Queen? Elizabeth I, I believe. What did the 007 adversary Scaramanga carry with him? That's not actually how you spell Scaramanga, if you ask me. Anyway, he carried a golden gun with him because he was indeed the man with the golden gun, and indeed the third nipple. What branch of mathematics was Euclid particularly associated with? I think that's geometry. What spice gives mulled wine its distinctive sweet taste? So, cloves. Is it five spice? No, it's not five spice. What is it? Is it star anise? But I wouldn't give it a sweet taste. I'm going to say star anise. That's probably not right, is it? Is it cinnamon? No, cinnamon. What else would you put in a mulled wine? I'm going to say star anise. Let's not overthink this. I wouldn't be surprised if it's cinnamon. Okay. Okay, Hibernia is actually Scotland. I know, probably should have known that. I'm trying to think what Scotland is to the Romans anyway. Dustin Hoffman was in Tootsie. Elizabeth I was the Virgin Queen. Scaramanga does indeed carry a golden gun. Euclid did geometry. And it is cinnamon which makes mulled wine taste sweet, supposedly. So that is 4 out of 6 again. Doing quite well today. I'm sure the other cards are going to punish me for that. Okay. What country do Flemings called home? I mean, is this the Flemings? Is this Ian Fleming and his brand, in his brood? In which case it's Barbados. But I assume this means they want Belgium. I'm not sure the Flemish would call themselves Flemings. Anyway, so Belgium. What actress was described by Joan Rivers as having more chin than a Chinese phone book? I mean, more chins than a Chinese phone book. I mean, God, these questions are so dated. I'm going to say Meryl Streep. Just because it's a famous actor. What Liberal MP justifiably said, if the fence is strong enough, I'll sit on it? Now, Liberal MP from the 80s. I mean, I'm going to say Paddy Ashton, because there's only the one famous Liberal for a long time. Well, in my mind anyway. What English novelist wrote A Gun for Sale featuring a killer called Raven? No idea. What type of human tissue can be smooth, cardiac, or striated? I mean, the fact cardiac is hard, but is it muscle? It must be muscle, I suspect. So after all, your heart is one big muscle. It's not valves, I suppose. But what nation's rugby team performs the haka before a game? That would be New Zealand. Okay, let's see what we get on that card. Flemings are indeed from Belgium. Elizabeth Taylor was the actress that Joan Rivers said had a lot of chins. Cyril Smith was the famous Liberal. I mean, you really shouldn't talk about him anymore. Graham Greene wrote the book with the thing, whatever it was. those were types of mussel. New Zealand do indeed do the haka. I could probably actually name the other forms of things that other South Sea Islanders do as well. Anyway, so that was 3 out of those 5. That's 11. Two more cards to go. What is the only Australian state with no regular passenger train service? So, it's also probably at the time of writing. So, Queensland definitely has trains. New South Wales has trains. One assumes Victoria must have trains. The Australian Capital Territories probably have a train from Melbourne, so Western Australia is likely to, which leaves where the thing that where is it the New Territories? Is that the one at the top? Because there's actually very little there. That's where. Is that what it's named? I think so. But I certainly think it's not Queensland. So it's Queensland, New South Wales, Western Australia, Victoria, ACT. Then it's whatever. Then it's the last bit where the thing at the top is. Whose Radio 1 show includes the feature "Where in the World Am I?" I'm going to say Steve Wright because he's about the only famous person who would do anything like that. Yes, Tasmania was one I missed, but they're more likely to have one, it must be said. Who refused to recognise the existence of lesbianism, resulting in homosexuality becoming an offence only for men? Was that Victoria? Again. Who slaughtered 1,000 Philistines with the jawbone of an ass? Was that David? What do ptarmigans have on their feet that other birds don't have? Feathers? Maybe? What spirit is mixed with lime juice to make a daiquiri? I think that's rum, maybe? I'm not really very good on my cocktails. Okay, let's see how we did. So, Tasmania does not have, or did not have, a train service at the time, so Inda got that one right. Steve Wright's Radio 1 show had that feature. It was indeed Queen Victoria who didn't believe in lesbianism. It was Samson who killed 1,000 Philistines. Ptarmigans have feathers on their feet. That's quite hard to say. And a daiquiri does indeed have rum. So I got 4 out of that, which gives me 15 out of 30. So I'm doing quite well. I'm going to get over half. Right. Let's see. Okay. Last card. Yes, last card. What is the largest US city on the Great Lakes? I think that's Chicago, isn't it? What film starred Shelley Duvall as Jack Nicholson's wife in a lonely vacated hotel? Now, this is The Shining. So if you remember a few weeks ago, the one I couldn't guess, I was going to kick myself about. That was indeed The Shining. Indeed, this is that film again. The carpets in the hotel are fantastic, by the way. If you should watch the film just for the carpets, if you ask me. What US president said, "For years politicians have promised the moon. I'm the first to deliver it." Now, the thing is here, it was JFK who started the moon program, the moonshot program. But was he still alive as and when they landed on the moon? I don't think he was. So that leads to the question is, was it Johnson or was it Nixon? Smooth landings was 69. Oh, have I second guessed myself entirely here? Train. Let's go for Johnson. Lyndon B. What Conan Doyle character was said to have taken his degree in 1878? I'm going to say Watson, because I expect Sherlock was the sort of person who didn't actually do a degree in the end, did he? Where is the sun in relation to someone who is looking at a rainbow? Well, it's behind or in front, isn't it? Because it's the diffraction, so it must be behind. I'm sure I used to know that. I'm going to say behind. What Olympic event was completed by women in 1980, 30 minutes faster than the men's winner in 1908? I assume that must be the marathon. Okay, let's see what the answers are. Chicago is indeed the biggest city on the Great Lakes. The Shining is the film in a lonely hotel with Jack Nicholson and Shelley Duvall. It was indeed Nixon who got someone to the moon. So yes, I should have. I probably should know when my presidents were. It was indeed Watson who got a degree in 1878. The sun is behind you when you see a rainbow, and the event in 1980 was a marathon. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6 on that one. So a very respectable 20 out of 30. So there you go. Probably see you all tomorrow. Bye.